Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Now, I don't know if you guys have been seeing the news lately, but basically Maui is on fire. I'm pretty sure it's starting to pick up because Oprah's over there now, handing stuff out. I'm not gonna say my full opinion about Oprah being there right now, but she's handing out stuff. Basically, Maui, it's in hurricane season right now and a fire started. Now I don't know how this fire started or what, but man, if I'm gonna show you guys some footage of what happened in Maui. Now there was three main areas that got hit. Lahaina basically got leveled. And fun fact, this cat is from Lahaina. She was a rescue. And it's kind of ironic because, she's not there no more. She's here, but like that's where she came from. So she's an island cat, and just imagine she was like still there. True story, promise you. But anyway, it's Lahaina, Kihei, and Kula. All those places got hit with the fire, but mainly Lahaina got hit super hard. So I just want to spread some awareness. All the money that this video does make, I'm gonna put toward the fund that they have. They're raising for it, and I'm also gonna show you guys the fund after this video. But just if you guys have been living under a rock, you haven't been seeing it. It's crazy out there. It's some shit. Let me throw this up here for y'all.
Jesus, please help us.
This morning, as new videos show the inferno that engulfed Lahaina and how residents spent hours in the ocean to survive, anger is growing.
Bro, look at this shit. Look at the smoke. They are in the water. They're going swimming, bro. Like, what the fuck? Now, that's some shit you see out of a movie. But the one thing I will say, the good thing about Hawaii is that, like, no shit, it's an island, right? So, like, there is, like, an edge. I saw somewhere that over 37 people are dead. I'm sure the number's going up because they're just now starting to, like, recover and recoup. But, let's continue.
And how residents spent hours in the ocean to survive, anger is growing. How did the nation's deadliest wildfire happen with no warning?
Oh shit, hold on. The nation's deadliest wildfire. I thought it was just Hawaii's deadliest wildfire. It's the nation's deadliest wildfire. I'm going to show you guys some footage, some drone footage after this. It's some shit you've never seen. Now, I think a lot of you guys haven't seen this yet, but it's going to become a problem because the response time for this, and keep in mind, this is Hawaii. This is supposed to be the whole pretty tourist destination for the United States, right? It's supposed to be the home away from home for Americans. Like, hey, let's go to Hawaii. We're still in America. You're in LA. All the LA people go to Hawaii. Everybody from Texas, everybody comes and goes there, right? How did they not have a response time, like a proper response time for that? And I mean, so far at this point of the recording, not even the president has really made a firm comment on the situation yet. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and continue this shit. Apparently they even had fire alarms, like big wildfire alarms, and they didn't go off. And this is coming from people from the island. So let's continue.
You could get any type of alert?
No.
73-year-old Elizabeth Kahani, a grandmother, says she was so scared when she escaped, she didn't realize her face and arm were burned.
Fuck.
Firefighters rescued her, treating her wounds, but her brother, Rodolfo Rokutan, is still missing. She's pleading for any word from him.
I'm so worried about everybody. Hopefully, you're still alive.
Damn,
The
dude.
search for the missing and
Look
dead...
at that shit, bro. Look at that. That looks like a third world country. And when you see the comparison, it's gonna be crazy.
...is just getting started. Canine cadaver dogs arriving over the weekend and police announcing just 3% of Lahaina has been searched.
Are you saying we're just at the beginning of this disaster?
So for the first few days, we had done searches in the streets and the cars that were in the area, but we couldn't enter any structures. I know everybody, what's that final number? It's going to take us a while to get there.
More than 20...
Wow. So, damn. So the number that they have right now is far from real. Imagine the people who got, caught up in the house, the people who were sleeping, taking it. Well, I mean, I don't think you could sleep through that, but just the older people who couldn't get out in time. You know what I mean? There's a lot of mom and pop stuff going on around there. So it's like, Yeah, you never know. We're gonna find the number for sure. They're gonna get a number, but we don't even know who those people might be in certain situations. Just missing, you know what I mean? Just missing. That might just be. Let's not even say that, but like that could be just like their status until they just determine them, deceased in the fire. Like,
100 structures have been destroyed, most of them homes. Residents desperate to get back.
They're not moving fast enough.
Yeah, they're not.
It's been too long. It's been 6 days.
The King family lost their home. Their kids rescued by their friend and neighbor, Rafa Ochoa. They are all staying together with friends. 3 families under one roof. And he's angry at local leaders.
Where were you guys? No? Where were you guys to try and get us out, evacuate us? No? We're mad. We're mad. No, we didn't just lose our homes. We lost our town.
The cause of the blaze is still under investigation. Videos shot from the water show both how bad the fire was, but also how strong the wind was blowing.
think about that shit. You can't really go anywhere
Bad the feel under investigation.
because you see them in the water, and it's like, but just go left. Okay. Oh, just go right. Oh, just go, like you can't go anywhere. Everywhere you turn, it's like it's nowhere to go. So where you go, the water.
Investigation. Videos shot from the water show both how bad the fire was, but also how strong the wind was blowing.
We're in the ocean.
19-year-old Noah Tompkinson and his 13-year-old brother Milo spent hours in the water, along with their mother, escaping the flames.
It's all right.
At one point, their mother started to get cold.
We kind of like all huddled around her and just wanted to like keep her warm.
Has your mom talked to you guys and thanked you for being by her side?
We didn't save her, she also saved us. If any of us were alone, I don't know if we would have made it.
Yeah, she was. Mom's was probably the brain. She was probably like, all right, y'all, let's get in the fucking water. Their asses probably would have been running through, probably trying to duck around flames and shit. But they're smart because the cars could have waded through the fire. I feel like you're in a truck, you could probably make it through the fires if you don't get stuck in traffic. See? If you don't get stuck in traffic. But if you're on foot, you're fucked. You have to go into the water. There's no, you're not going to walk that. Like when I tell you it was bad. But anyways, I'm actually going to show you guys the before and after of what this shit looked like. Holy shit, bro. Look at that one house on the corner. God was on their side. Look at this one house. No, 2, 3 houses I see survived out of this entire lot. Hold on. Fuck. That's everything. It's like, and it's almost like how did it keep going? But apparently those winds, it's all the wind. Like who knows how who knows how the fire started? But for sure, what kept it going was that wind. Because when I tell you there's like nothing left in Lahaina, look at that. There's like nothing. And I know they're probably picking the worst spots, but if you look down, there's cars burned, houses burned. It's not just houses that's burned down. If you look at the cars, they're all burned. The insurance companies right now are having a heart attack. I'm promising you, the insurance companies right now are like, fuck. I feel like number one, the response time, like they're like, where was our government? First of all, the government I feel like the government needed to already have something in place. There's no way that what are you gonna do? Send a fighter jet over to Hawaii to like spray the water? No, it's never gonna happen. They needed to already have something in place for something like that. But at the same time, it's like, who could have even thought? You know what I mean? Like, how did it start? But I feel like at some point you need to have something. There was no alarms. There was no helicopters to out fires. It was just straight up chaos. But anyway, we're gonna go through this interview of these folks that kind of experienced it, firsthand. Let them tell you what's going on.
She is emotional, and I know you will be speaking tonight. Of course, we'd love to hear from both of you. But Mike, can you tell us what you experienced that night? Were there any warning sirens that you heard? Was there any evacuation order?
None at all. No sirens. There were no text messages. There were no police, firemen come by. The only reason I knew there was a fire because I saw people running for their life in smoke. Even I turned on the radio after we got in the car, and we didn't hear anything until 15 minutes later. And even
Damn, I'm not gonna keep pausing it, but keep that in mind. You get Amber Alerts out on the mainland like every second. They didn't even get a text message about a fire. Like, yeah, the U.S. dropped the ball, and this is not going to be the end of this because now everybody's starting to realize how much they fucked up.
the radio station we're listening to was just evacuate. No direction. Hey, it's gonna. They basically had no information. It was a generic thing that came over the radio, but no, absolutely no warning at all. And I really felt like this could have been prevented.
Smoke
I can't
everywhere.
even imagine. Can you talk about what you and Andresa did at that point? Did you go outside? Could you see the fire? You headed towards the water. What happened?
Yeah, pretty much. I just happened to go outside to check out the power lines, and that's when I noticed that the whole neighborhood's on fire. So as I'm kind of driving around the neighborhood, I only got 15 seconds in the neighborhood, and everything's on fire. I immediately head back, grab my wife, the 5 dogs we're looking at,
Wow.
and I called my mom because I know that the cell phones were going in and out all day. So if I were to call 911, it could drop any minute, even if I could get through. So I made the last-ditch effort to call my mom, had her call 911 because she's on another part of the island that had reception. She said that 911 said just follow traffic. The traffic and where they were directing us was basically where the fire was going to end up. You could see the fire was getting pushed towards the ocean and pushed north, and that's where we were getting pushed. They're basically telling us where to go. Everything was blocked by police to go south, the safe way. So they basically, and it's not the police fault. They didn't know that the fire was going on. They're blocking the roads for the telephone poles that were down, or the power lines that were down. But when the fire just happened so fast that they were still blocking that road. We do know of people that just went past a lot of the barriers and they made it alive. I wish there was just more communication.
Wow, that's fucked up. See, and so they put up a barrier because some dumbass cell phone tower poles were down. Then a fire rages through the city, burns everything down, and just one of the exits that can safely lead you opposite direction of the fire is still blocked off. Like, bro, come on. See, me as an American citizen, I would have rammed politely through that fucking barricade, or like he said, I would have went around it. Like, come on now. That's negligence.
Right after the fire, started, and the firemen didn't leave. They left the fire earlier in that fire started early that morning, and we were told at noon that the fire's out, the police or the firemen are going home, everything's safe. But that obviously wasn't true. But yeah, unfortunately, all of our routes were basically blocked by police, and it pigeonholed and forced us down into Lahaina town on Front Street, which is an absolute death trap.
Oh my God. In Front Street, I've been there. In Lahaina, it's crowded. It's congested. There's wall to wall to wall. Why would you send the whole population down to Lahaina? And what did I say? Lahaina's the place that got hit the worst. Like, what are you doing? Nah, somebody fucked up, and it's all gonna come out. Somebody I don't know if it was anybody's fault who started the fire. It could have just been a freak of nature. But the response to this was terrible.
I mean, we see the images of what, and I mean, I love this area, and I'm so sorry.
Man, that's what I'm saying. Everybody goes to Front Street. It's like going to downtown in any state. It's like, you know what I mean? Front Street. Why would you send everybody there? You know, like that's the highest risk. Send everybody to the fucking mountaintops or some shit, and send them to the waterfalls or something. Like what? I don't know. That just didn't make sense to me.
Personal level, but we see the images of Front Street, and you are right. It became a death trap, and people in those scorched cars, they either made it into the water or they died in those cars. I want to ask you, once you made it to the water, what was that experience? I'm so sorry. What was that experience like? Because I think a lot of people hear, yeah, oh, it's an island, make it to the ocean, but you were there for hours, and that is not a safe area to be in as well. There's some people who didn't make it through the night in the ocean.
The fire was going into the ocean.
Wow.
The best way to explain it was a continuous bomb going off. So, that fire was, there's boats on fire 50 yards out. So even in the ocean at points, we were still getting burned.
Damn.
The video.
It's all the heat, and you can't just go out into the middle of the ocean. You gotta stay by the bouncy spot. Because there's shit out there. You're not trying to like really go swimming. You're just trying to stay wet. That thing is scorching. Like, I mean, it's simple. Like, you've been burned while wet on the finger or something. It's cool for a little while, and then you still get burned. So imagine all that heat just whipping against everybody, because it's not just fire, it's wind, so it's just whipping on everybody. People getting burnt up in the water.
You're showing right now where there's rough waters. Fortunately, the video you're showing it doesn't have the flames actually coming in the water, because it was bad. There was nowhere to go. At points we didn't know where land was. There's points where we're starting to pass out and we're about to drown. We had to come to shore. The cars that were parked next to shore caught on fire or exploding, and it was a leapfrog of fire, basically.
Damn.
Go out. We're getting burned. Come in. Go out. Everywhere we were getting burned, or we couldn't breathe.
How many hours were you in that water, and what happened? You were taking care of 5 dogs on top of all of this. What happened to those animals?
We were able to save 4 out of the 5 dogs. It's okay.
Oh man.
We had 2 with us. 2 of them were found later. 1 is still missing, which is Asher, Chocolate Lab, that everybody's still looking for. We spent about 3 hours in total in the water, if not more. Keep in mind, this is over a 12-hour period. This is going from 3:30 in the afternoon to about 3 o'clock in the morning. It's so hard to describe being out in the ocean, not knowing where you are, and then being on fire, not knowing where land is. At points, the current's pulling us out where we can't touch the ground. At times, I remember just telling her to make sure that she saves herself. Don't worry about, if I start drowning out here, you save yourself. And it's the most terrifying experience of our life.
And Andres, I cannot imagine what that experience was like. Through all of this, what is your mom thinking? Does she think that you are alive in this moment? And Josh, I appreciate you hanging on here. I know these are your community members as well, and I want to hear about your experience in just a moment. But very quickly, Mike, did your mom think that you were alive or gone through all of this?
No, she thought we were dead until 12:30 the next day, when I happened to get a signal and all the text messages from that night came through, and that's when I immediately called her. A very emotional connection with my mom, and when I spoke with her, I broke down, and then when she got me, I broke down again.
What did she say? What did you say?
I mean, we just told each other how much we love her, and that I can't believe this is real, and that I'm here. She's like, I thought you were dead the whole night. I was planning your funeral. I thought I was going to be going back to Lahaina, and you're just going to be ash.
Damn, his mom is kind of hardcore as shit, mom. Fuck. But nah, for real, like, that's crazy. Like, you look at Lahaina and it's like, how did anybody survive that? I mean, thank God for the water. Thank God for the water. Yeah, that's the only thing that saved them, to be real. and even in the water. He said your video shows the smoke. He said flames were jumping into the water. You know what I mean? Because cars are exploding too. So it's gasoline and natural fire and wind. Yeah.
Reason she wanted to even stay around is because I have a daughter, and she does have another son, my brother. But she's like, I don't know if I could ever handle losing you. She's like, I know you're dead. I know you're dead. I just don't leave me. Don't. We couldn't stop hugging each other. We were afraid to stop hugging each other because we just got each other. It was a lot.
And I know what a fresh trauma this is, and I truly appreciate both of you sharing with us. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation.
Yeah, no, that that was basically what's going on in Hawaii right now. Let me actually show you guys what's going on. This is the donation area. It's called Hawaii Community Foundation.org. I'm gonna put it in the description. If you guys want to donate, make sure you go over there and donate what you got. But yeah, pray for Hawaii, because it's gonna be, for Maui specifically, because it's gonna be a little road to recovery for them. So but yeah, until the next one, y'all, stay safe, stay inside. I love you guys. See you later.